Hey guys, welcome to the arcade. Thanks very much for joining me tonight. It feels good to be doing this again. Haven't done a sit down live stream in a couple of weeks. It's good to have a couple of people in the chat. There's Arcade Fury already getting the comments in. Pretty good, thanks. Need a new cabinet. Yeah, I know. That's what we're all hoping for now with all these new announcements and things like that, isn't it? We want something new for the home arcade. And honestly, the week I've been having, I thought I was going to lose a cabinet rather than gain one. I decided I was going to do a bit of work on the pinball machine. I can show you. I can show you what happened actually. 1 second, and I'll pull it up. So yeah, I wanted to do a bit of work on the pinball cabinet. I did a little tinkering, turned it on, and got this. So that was how my my pinball cabinet turned on a couple of days ago. So yeah, I was not best impressed with it. Thankfully, over here we have a pretty decent warranty, and I only picked this thing up over just before Christmas. So I immediately got on to Smith's, where I bought it from. Went, look, something's wrong with my cabinet. I've no idea what's happening here. The screen's gone completely wonky on me. They were really quick at responding and went, two options. You can speak to Arcade 1UP, open a ticket with them, see if they can get it sorted for you. If not, package it up as best you can, bring it to one of our stores, and we'll start a return or replacement for you. So I did. I went to Arcade 1UP, said, look, this is what's happening, turned it on. I have no idea. It actually started to get worse. This is what this isn't as bad as it got. At one point, you couldn't even make out that it said Star Wars on it. It was absolutely fucking terrible. So yeah, I went to Arcade 1UP, showed them the video. They sent me a bunch of things to try, which pretty much meant taking the arcade table apart, or the pinball table apart, getting the PCB out of its case, checking connections, looking for error lights and things like that, and then giving them the information. The weird thing was, when I had done all that, they wanted then another video of it starting up. So I did record another video and sent it over to them, and it wasn't as bad as this, which I found really weird. And then later on in the night, I stuck it on again, and everything's fine. I have no idea of what the original cause was. I don't know why it started or why it stopped. if it's going to come back. It's been really, really weird. I'm only thankful that it's stopped, because I had no idea where I was going with this if this had gone completely tits up on me, because I love my pinball table now. I really, really do love it. And there is none in stock in the Smiths over here anymore, like absolutely none. Every store is out of stock, so if it was a return, it was just going to be a refund, and I'd be absolutely devastated. But for now, I can report it's working. So, yeah. Going on from that, the Deluxe cabinets then got released by Arcade 1UP, or officially kind of released for sale, which is really, really weird way of doing things. So I decided, yeah, I'll make a video about that. That'll be good. People want to know about these things. Let's get it out there, and we'll, make people aware of it. Hopefully we'll be able to see some things coming through from why has it gotten so dark? What the fuck is going on? Why am I having so many technical problems? The lights are on above me and I'm in darkness. Oh, I think it's the camera's auto dim function. Whoa, fuck's sake. So yeah, as I was saying, went on, did a video for, let's see if I can alter that a little bit. That might make it a little bit better for me. Made the video, but my headset had died. The batteries had run out. It's a wireless one. But I thought, I've done these videos loads of times. I know what I'm doing. I can wing this without having to monitor audio levels. And I put it out, and then it was probably a couple of hours, hour and a half, 2 hours after I put it out. Username Fruitman777 comes in and goes, this isn't the original comment because the video's gone. Basically said that the couldn't make me out, that the music in the background was too loud. I was like, that can't be right. I know what I was doing. So I went on to my phone, brought up the video, and right enough, the music was drowning me out. Now, not only was the music far too loud, the music was not the music that I have tied to my shortcut key. It was a completely different audio file. I have no idea why. Now he does say sorry for pointing that out. I'm absolutely glad that he did, because it was pathetic. I really shouldn't. This will teach me to check things, make sure that my headsets are working, because I clearly can't do things visually. I have to be able to hear the levels. So I pulled the video down and just went, look, we'll just talk about it tonight, because that was poor, really poor. Arcade Fury, I have something similar with my MVC1 cab. Turn it off and on and it goes away. I wonder what's causing it then. Is it you getting the same sort of distortion on the screen? I thought it was like a power supply issue, like it wasn't getting enough power to the monitor, but I really don't know why. If it stops happening, I'm happy to sort of leave it as it is. So yeah, hopefully that's all of the technical issues that I'm going to have, and it'll be plain sailing from here on in. So let's jump in and we'll talk about the Deluxe cabs, because they have now officially been released by Arcade 1UP. They are on sale now. It's a bit of a strange one on this, because normally you go onto Arcade 1UP's site and you'll see the cabinets there, and you'll be able to order them off their websites, at least for the American and Canadian enthusiasts. Anyway, but if you go onto it, all it does is redirect you to Best Buy. So I guess Best Buy have the exclusive for the Deluxe cab in America. It's a really good thing though, because now that it's out over there, we should see it fairly soon. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks that it's going to start appearing on UK retailers' listings for pre-order. Now, I don't think we're going to actually get it until, I think, in the original video, I think I said June. I think June is when we're likely to start getting stuff shipped out to people who have ordered. Now, I really like the look of the Deluxe cabs. I think they look fantastic. I think it's a great evolution from, you know, what we've been getting over the years. They've always evolved, they've always pushed forward, and I think this is, we're coming to the final form, if you will, of these arcade one-up cabs. This is what, when they started the company, this is what they wanted to be producing. These kind of things, arcade accurate replicas. It looks like an arcade machine in your home. It's got the coin door, it's got the recessed screen, it's got the light up marquee, it's got the correct artwork, the control panel, everything like that just looks so good. Like, looking over the three that are up for offer, because they've apparently pulled Miss Pac-Man, so the Miss Pac-Man Deluxe cabinet isn't happening at the moment. Now, John D did say it may happen in the future. Now, I can understand that, because you've got Class of 81, you know, you've got a Miss Pac-Man Galaga hybrid cabinet there, and the games list is, it's slightly different, not by much, but the Class of 81 apparently had stronger games, so they decided to go with that, drop Miss Pac-Man. Now, looking at these three, I have a Mortal Kombat machine and I have a Pac-Man machine, which Pac-Man machine is the Namco Legacy machine. So let's look at that one first. So it sits over there. It's got 12 games on, so 2 less than what is on there. So I am missing... where is the games list? Come on. Oh, weird. It's not giving me the games list on here. Oh, hang on. There we are. So I am missing Rolling Thunder and Galaga 88. 2 very good games. I also don't have any online capability. These do have, for the Namco one, it's going to be just leaderboards and things like that. In my opinion, it's not enough for me to upgrade. I think the price that they've got this at is really good. $4.99 American. I think when it comes over here, we're likely to see it anywhere between 500 and 600. It's hard to guess at this stage, because every time we think we've got it, they change the algorithm, or they change the formula for the conversion, and we often end up getting screwed with the currency conversion. So I would like it to be £500. I wouldn't be surprised now if it came over and it was £600, because that's what we saw with Star Wars. It was meant to be, you know, what was it? It was meant to be $5.99 and it ended up being $6.99. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it at 600, but if it is at 600, it'll push it out of everyone's price range, or at least most people's price range. Now, it does say here that it is the BOE 17-inch monitor. Now, that has been confirmed. People have been already picking these up. Like, the announcement by Arcade 1UP was kind of pointless, because Best Buy had already started selling these, and they've been selling them for about a week so far. So they were already out there being sold. People were putting them together, making videos about them. So they did, you know, go around the back, and you can see the BOE brand on the back of the monitor. So that is fantastic. I'm very happy with the look of this cabinet. BOE monitor is great. Now, people were saying that they're disappointed that it's the same cabinets being re-released, and I get that, but I see this as them trying to recover from last year. They put out the three legacy cabinets. It had the bad scream in all of them, and that really hurt their sales. It's certainly the reason in the end I didn't pick up Mortal Kombat 30th. Beautiful looking cab. It did come down in a sale. I could have picked it up for $350, I think was the lowest I saw it. To over here anyway. And the screen was what put me off, and I think it's put off a lot of people. With this, all they've done is taken everything and put it into a new shell with a new monitor. People are upset that there was no enhancements, no modifications made to the software. For example, Mortal Kombat doesn't have it's still got the same online mode. It doesn't have spectator mode, and I can see why they've done that. If they wanted to add development or add games, there's a license cost of that. There's the cost for software development and things along that. So they've tried to make it as cheap for themselves as possible, because they've made a loss last year on their bad decisions with the TN monitor. So I'm happy with how it looks. I'm going to be very pleased with how it plays, I would imagine. I think this definitely is what we all wanted from the beginning, and now we've almost got it, I guess. Gunstar Hero, I just got the QVC Pac-Man Partycade. Ooh, yes. For 150, that will do me. I agree, I think it'll be 600. The Partycades are really, really cool looking. I do like them. If the Defender one ever came over here, I would really pick that one up. That's a fantastic Partycade. But yeah, I did look at the Partycades a while back, and I was kind of going to put one on that door. I was going to hang it from that door and run it, because there's a plug down the side I could have worked it into. But yeah, Partycade, especially for 150, that's really, really good. Well done. So, as it stands, I wouldn't go with the Pac-Man Deluxe arcade game. In saying that, the Mortal Kombat one, I think I really would go for. $499. If it came over, say, for sake of argument, let's say it's 500 quid when it comes over here. My old Mortal Kombat is first generation, so it's not even one of the legacy ones. So I would probably end up selling them, or selling that one. Maybe try and get a couple of hundred out of it. If it didn't sell, I would probably put the Pandora box into it, modify it, and then try and sell it again for, say, 300. I could then get an upgraded version of the cabinet, 200 quid, to bring in the deluxe one. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. They've made some changes to the artwork and things like that. Raiden's definitely more defined and things like that. The cabinet design is from the Midway 30th. Lovely looking. It's the exact same as the one we have here for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I absolutely love. Coin Door is a little bit modified from that one, actually. It's more. It's got the silver arcade one up, or the chrome on it, rather than just the black sort of laser etched. 14 games on it. Absolutely fantastic looking. $499. Please let it come over here for 500. But you know, we'll see what it does. But that would definitely tempt me. One thing actually, I pointed this out in the video that I had to pull. So this might actually help me a little bit. So the boxes that the arcade 1-ups come in, the deluxe ones, are smaller. Now the way they've accomplished that is the height of the box always had to be the height of the side panel. So for the 3/4 one, it's it's one piece. So that's the height of the box. It had to be. With the deluxe ones, they're split in two. So the height of the box is actually smaller than their previous ones. Now, speaking to some of the guys over at Liberty Games a while back, they kind of explained to me that the way they work anyway, when they're trying to get a courier to take a delivery, the courier can only take certain things based on the dimensions of the package being sent. So if the dimensions are beyond a certain specification, that courier can't take the package. So this might actually help for shipping to Northern Ireland. Now I can't say for certain, but it may help me, because we're getting smaller boxes. We maybe see more retailers being able to ship over to Northern Ireland, because there are still a few that just will not do it, which is really, really annoying. So yeah, those are, and then of course you've got Class of 1981, a fantastic looking cabinet as well. That one would probably tempt me as a new pickup. I think that's a fantastic looking cabinet, and the games list on it is pretty damn good. If we're honest, you've got the big Galagas, you've got Rally X, Rolling Thunders, King and Balloon. So there we are. Those are the 3 deluxe cabs that are out so far. Now we do know that there is a Fast and the Furious on its way, because the manual for these deluxe cabs makes mention of it. It's the 4th cabinet in the line. Now that hasn't been announced yet, but there is a product announcement happening on the 20th of this month. So that's likely going to be the announcement of Fast and the Furious. I can pretty much guarantee it. Yeah, so I'm sort of happy with how things are. I'll be eagerly watching the retailers to see when these deluxe cabs appear for pre-order, and yeah, I could be very tempted. So while we're speaking of, about retailers, I thought that I wanted to sort of bring that up as well. Now normally when I look at the retailers to see what's on sale or what's new on the listings, there's pretty much 4 that I look at, and I'll close you down and we'll show you. So mostly it is game. There's Smith's Toy Superstore. We have Liberty Games, which actually, just while we're on Liberty Games, spotted this just before we went live. We have the At Games Legends Micro Pinball. Has just gone up on their listing as coming soon. There's no date or anything against it, but 479, so 480 quid for the Micro Pinball. It's actually less than I had initially thought. For anyone looking for a little, so like a desktop one, it is maybe about kind of this, but on its side, like a numbskull quarter scale, just laid down, but you've got the back box and everything. So there you have, and it can do everything that the big boy can. So you want to bring in like a little laptop or a Steam Deck and hook it up and play, UPX tables, you certainly can. So there it is. It's sitting there for 479, coming soon. So yes, Liberty Games is the 3rd one that I would go to, and then the 4th one is Quirky Shop. So those are the ones that I would normally go to. but I don't think that's really fair, because there are other ones that have been sort of ramping up their supply chain, their stock of arcade machines, and I thought it's best to get the information out there so that people can look at other retailers rather than the ones that I'm sort of looking at. And it's maybe best that I start looking at them as well, so I can, if I'm making these kind of videos reporting on who's selling what, that I have as much information as possible to give you. So one that I had for quite some time and then sort of dropped it off my list was Argos. Away with you. The reason being is that Argos had a few in for the original cabinets and then just sort of stopped doing them. And they never really got any more in until the end of last year, when they started to put Marvel vs. Capcom 2 up for pre-order. Now, for some reason, that's still saying pre-order available. So I've no real idea if they've been able to supply anyone with any of these. But a couple of days ago, they started to get in the other cabinets as well. Now, they're all for the same sort of price that you would get them in other places. Actually, some are a wee bit more expensive, I would say. So, but there's the Star Wars one. You know, it can be delivered and things like that. So, if anyone is looking for Yoga Flame or Star Wars and they can't really get delivered from any of the other retailers, Argos is another option for you. And hopefully they'll continue to grow and get more items in. I wouldn't want them to see them drop off again. My only concern is, well, they've brought in the older Legacy Edition cabinets and they're selling them at, you know, quite a high price, especially when we've just talked about them releasing the Deluxe cabinets. That's what people are going to be looking for, at least for people who are sort of enthusiasts in the home arcade hobby. That's what we're after next. We don't want to be paying full price for last year's model. Certainly if this came down to, you know, I don't know, 300, 200, you maybe go for a Pac-Mania or a Yoga Flame. Although I really wanted to see the what is it? I can never pronounce it. Shinji Hadouken. I like the blue over the Yoga Flame. I hate the Yoga Flame artwork. I really, really do. But there we are. We have Argos stocking arcade 1-ups. So I will keep my eye on that to see how they do. The next one on my list is Studio, which I didn't actually know about until kind of recently. Now, I've gone on to Trustpilot and things like that, and they do seem to be quite reputable. They've got sort of 4.5 stars on Trustpilot. Good and bad reviews. You know, there are people that give off because they didn't get their stuff on time and things like that. I never used them before, and I don't really know of them that well. If anyone out there knows or has used a Studio before, they can maybe tell me better. Are they a good one to use? Waiting for Yoga Flame to go down to 300 again. Yeah, there's a few people waiting for Yoga Flame to dip, and hopefully we'll start to see it. Like Smiths have another sale on at the moment, sort of bringing their cabinets down a little bit. Now they are the very, very old ones. But I'd like to say that we should see some sales coming from Game. Actually, while we're talking about sales, if anyone is looking for NFL Blitz, have a look over at Game. They're doing it for $3.99. I'd be really tempted by that if I could get Game to ship over here. Unfortunately, they don't, so I can't. But $3.99 for a 4-player Blitz cab, I would be really, really tempted by that one. Um, anyway, yes, Studio. They've got a couple of the. Again, it's the older ones that they're sort of selling here. Now we do have Yoga Flame there for 400, so cheaper than Argos. But as you can see, most of the stuff that they have here is the older 3/4 cabs. They do have the newer counter kids. I suppose that's something. Oh, and there's Pac-Mania as well, which is a wee bit cheaper. Oh, look at the price of that pinball table. 900. Are they a viable option for looking at things? I guess they're a retailer, yeah, you know, maybe they'll do sales and things like that. It's maybe worth keeping an eye on just in case we see something something crop up. Could be very, 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 very nice. Although them selling the old Legacy for 400, that's no. That's the proper old Legacy. And then the other one on the list that I have is which is kind of like what would you call it? Like a subscription catalog kind of retailer. You know, I would always know them for like clothes and things like that. Not really one that I would have gone for, and definitely didn't think that they would be doing arcade one-ups, but apparently yes they do. And again, we can see they have Star Wars in, they have Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Nearly every retailer that we go through on here has Marvel vs. Capcom 2. What was the deal with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 being scarce? We were told there wasn't many of these being manufactured, yet every retailer in the UK seems to have them. I think that was maybe Arcade 1-Up, you know, stretching the truth on that. There's the price of Blitz, 650. So if you look back at that one on game, 400, very, very tempting. So yeah, we've got a few of the older ones, some of the newer ones. There's the Atari Legacy. Like I say, we've got Star Wars and Marvel vs. Capcom, Blitz. So they do have some nice bits and pieces there. I would still say that the four I would normally check is probably the higher ones, I guess. Now there is one more, and just let me pull it up here so we have it. Alright, can't seem to do two things at once. There's one I want to check on. Yes, okay, here we are. So let me pull it up again for you. So we also have Amazon, which seems to be getting involved as well. Now, this has changed a little bit since I checked it a few days ago. Now we do have more things coming on board. There we see we've still got the Star Wars. We've got Mortal Kombat 30th. There's Marvel vs. Capcom 2 again. So we're seeing the normal kind of stuff on here. What I did notice, and it seems to have gone now, which is really, really irritating me, is that when I went into the Star Wars one the other day, there was... So this is actually being sold by Quirky, but there was another option which was being sold by Amazon, and it was being sold for 580. They may have seen that as a mistake and corrected it. So now it's up to 700, which is matching Quirky. really annoying because I put it up on the Discord for anyone who was interested in it, and yeah, it looks like they have corrected their mistake, we'll call it. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm getting a real pain right in the middle of my head. But yeah, so we do have Amazon that's going to be joining in here as well, and as you can see, so yeah, like I say, this one's from Quirky, and you're paying for delivery on there. But Amazon themselves are selling it, or will be selling it. Their delivery dates are a little further out, but it's dispatched by Amazon. It's free Prime delivery, all the good stuff that you would normally expect from Amazon, and you're sort of covered by them as well if anything goes wrong. And Amazon do ship out over to me, which is really, really handy. So going back, we can see they do have a fair amount. Now, some of these ones are just ridiculously overpriced, but I do not know where that's coming from. Let me have a look. Where are you? Prime HDI 1100. Good luck selling that. But yes, we're starting to see some newer stuff coming onto Amazon. For a good while, Amazon didn't sell any of the arcade one-ups. It was all where's Big Blue? Unavailable. It was mostly like third parties that were selling them rather than Amazon themselves. But now we can see that Amazon have started to get in some of these machines as well, so it's possible we'll start to see more stuff going on there as well, which I'm very pleased about. I think the more retailers that we get involved here, the more competition's good. I mean, if we get retailers selling the same things, they're eventually going to start competing with themselves. They're going to drop prices in order to entice people in to get the sales, and that can only be good for us. We see prices start to drop, we'll be able to get more stuff, you know, and that's really what we want, more toys. But there we have it. Those are kind of, I see these as all positive steps. We're going in the right direction. This is a big step forward from like 2 years ago, when all we really had was Smiths selling these things over here. And now look at us. Like, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Call it 8 retailers all selling the same stuff. It's bound to happen that we'll start to see price drops. I guess we do kind of see it every now and then. Like I say, there's Smiths with a couple of sales on, and look at the sales that we had over Christmas. They were fantastic. Maybe we'll start to see them more and more and more often. It's probably the same. But I'm very happy to see that. I really wish that Star Wars would go on sale. If it does, I'll be very tempted by that. That would be a hard one to say no to. You've also got the deluxe cabinets on their way. They are going to be. I'm looking forward to them coming across. I just can't help shake the feeling that we're going to get shafted by the price. I think we are looking at certainly between 500 and 600. I wouldn't say it's going to be above 600, but I think it'll be close to it. Yeah. But yes, my plan is definitely when the legacy or keep calling them legacy cabinets. They're not going to be legacy cabinets anymore. That's going to end. It's going to be the deluxe cabinet going forward. So when the Mortal Kombat Deluxe cabinet comes out, if the price is right, that one over there is probably going to get pulled out. It's going to go on to Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to try and sell it on, go to a new home, and we'll get in the Deluxe cabinet. That is my plan. At this stage, the space that I have in here is pretty much full. If I'm getting stuff in, it pretty much has to be, you know, one out to get one in. That's the way forward for me. But anyway, guys, I am gonna leave it there for tonight. Bit of a short one. Can't seem to shake whatever this is. It came on me just before I sort of went live, and I was hoping it was just a wee block silence or something. But thank you very much for joining me. I would love to hear your thoughts on these new retailers, the new cabinets. Are you going to be picking up any of the Deluxe cabinets? I know we've got a few people sort of sitting on the fence. They're waiting to see the prices, and that's the thing. I'm going to be doing the same. If the price is right, will you be picking up any of the new ones? Also, are you excited by Fast and the Furious? I'm not. Honestly, I think that's a swing and a miss for me. Well, I want to hear more on Time Crisis. I really want to see what they've got in store for Time Crisis, and if it does contain Point Blank 1 and 2, and again, if the price is right, I'd love to add that to my collection as well. A gun game in the arcade would be very cool to have. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me tonight, guys. Sorry I had to cut it short like this, but I will see you again very soon. Thanks very much for joining me. Leave your comments, and I will answer them because I love interacting with the comments as they come in. Great fun. Anyway, bye for now, guys. I will see you later. Oh yeah, Point Blank. Yes, mate. That would absolutely make my day. Catch you later, dudes. Bye.